Hi there, this is Darren from Treasure Life Family Farms, and I just wanted to show you around another project we've been working on. I'm pretty much knew that I wouldn't be able to kind of keep the different video clips straight, so I didn't take them along the way. I thought I'd just explain this when we got done. And so I'll tell you a little bit about how we built it, and then tell you what we're really doing here, and we'll see if you like it. So our process was to build the foundation, which turned into a giant concrete number 8, and so we put 14-inch concrete paths, roughly 20-something feet long by about 10 feet wide. For a product, the building is around 19 total, and the width is 9. And then after we got the concrete down, we put the gravel in the center so we wouldn't be walking in a big hole there while we were working on the rest of it. And we laid out and planned out these wall sections for both sides and got that up, braced it. Then we started building the 3 ends. You say, why 3? Well, we've got one here, and then we've got one just like it in the middle, and then we've got the other end that's actually an end. And so what we're building here is a greenhouse and a hardening off area for growing plants. And so this is about a 10 by 10 room down here, or area, that is greenhouse for all practical purposes. We're not done yet. We've got to get a door on it. So we got to put a door on that'll should be mostly like a frame with the metal channel and the wiggle wire and plastic, so it's almost like a greenhouse door. And then above here, in the triangle areas that are left, is going to be plywood or OSB or something similar, with cutouts for exhaust fans. We're going to run an Inkbird temperature control in here. And I'm guessing we're going to have to put some sort of a louver air inlet down here somewhere on this end. I don't have that completely planned out yet, but that's how that's going to have to turn out. We've got the plastic on as much as it's going to go. I'll tell you a little more about that in a minute. She's already got some seedlings out here that we hope to start. The room got a little hot today, so we're going to get a fan. We brought a fan out already to sort of circulate air so nothing gets too hot. But it actually melted these trays. We're a little surprised by that, but those are wrecked everywhere that didn't have soil in them. So now we know, even if we're doing a couple experimental rows of plants, what we need to do is fill the rest of that tray with soil, even dummy soil, just so that it doesn't melt these trays. They're not cheap, or they're not terribly expensive either. But it's evening in here. It's about 87 outside now, and roughly about the same inside. But it was about 102 in here, while it was roughly 90, 91 outside today. Our plan for electrical is that pigtail right there, and what we'll do is we're going to put a electrical a plug in here, and then when we're in use, we're going to run a cord from up by the house, wherever, and just plug it in right here. So that'll keep the plug out of any rain or anything that comes. This is going to be open, and then down below we've got metal ordered that matches the rest of the farm. The red sheet metal like that is going to go along both sides on the lower section. The top section of that stays open. So what it allows is the same temperatures in this area, along with some of the wind and some of the sunlight, but not all the sunlight. And so that'll allow the plants to sort of mature a little bit in here. They call it hardening off. And then this whole end will be open, except for where we've done the plastic already here on the end, and no door here. So there's no plan for a door. That is kind of a walk around of what we've built, and we'll see how it works out and give some updates. The thing we noticed with it melting the trays and with it getting quite that hot in there today is that we want to put a shade cloth over the top, and so we'll do that tonight and see how that does tomorrow. I think it's a 50% shade cloth, but I could be a little off on that. And after we get that attached, maybe we can get some footage of that to put on the video here too. All right, thanks for watching. This is our little greenhouse and hardening off area. Mostly done, still under construction a little bit, but I think it turned out pretty good for part-time construction and mechanics that we are. All right, wrap up just because I want to work on this video when I go in the house. It's a little dark out. It's just dusk, so it's not bad. So we got the shade cloth on there, and this is Ask Boss, and it's like a 30% shade cloth. And how this works, I don't know how it's supposed to work. This is what we did, and hopefully these little pucks don't sit here and work a hole in the plastic or something, but we'll see. We'll learn our lesson. But these little grabbers are meant to do this, to hold the shade cloth, and then what you tie them to, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but we zip tied in around the wiggle wire, and so that's what we got. So 30% shade cloth, I think is what I just said. That's what the official that knows these things told me. And as we come inside, I don't even know if you can see the shade cloth except for the seam on the camera. I guess you can, especially hopefully in 4K we can see it pretty good. We didn't shade cloth the end, and I don't think we're going to need to. We're going to just basically reduce the amount of solar we get out of the sun for the summer, and then in the fall you clip the zip ties, leave the hockey puck things all tied on, and fold this up and put it away, and hopefully for a few years you can use the same one by just putting it back over and re-zip tie under the wiggle wire again next year. And the worst case scenario would be that those little hockey pucks with the zip ties right next to the edge of the plastic ruins the plastic, and we got to redo the whole plastic roof. And well, let's hope that's not the one. So we're pretty well done with this, so I can load the video up and get it up to YouTube tonight for everybody. But yeah, we'll see. Like I say, our temperatures were hitting about 102 yesterday when it was 91, I think, actual outside. So we'll see if this brings that down a little bit for us and stops melting those trays. We're not going to know if it melts the trays anymore, because we're not going to put any more trays at risk. Any more trays that come out, again, we're going to fill them with the extra dirt, just because the part where the dirt is didn't melt. So even if we only plant 2 or 3 rows for some experimental seed that we're trying, we're not going to leave the rest of the tray empty. We'll fill it full of dirt. This should wrap up our greenhouse project for now. I'm thinking there'll be a little bit of an addendum once we put the metal on, just to show it, but this is it for the major construction here. Let me know what you think of it. Any advice you have about that ventilation that we're going to need, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to my channel so you can see all kinds of weird projects we do here.